Everybody's got the sniffles. Clap your hands. Get on your feet. Gracious kisses. Look, I got these ones, Chef. They have the Grinches on them. Can you see that? Probably not, eh? Probably not, eh? Alright. This is when... Oh! Max! This is when his heart grew 3 times that day.
I put my hat back on for the troll. There's a troll in the comments. You know who you are. Who hates my hat.
Get over it.
And guess what? I'm gonna hat even harder.
I'm gonna hat so hard. I might even hat next video. I'm so cold though. There's a hair in my tea.
So I guess next summer we just film all of our videos.
Ew! I could have done it with my own fingers.
We just film all our videos in the summer.
Yep.
Have them stockpiled for winter.
Stockpile for winter. I like it. Good thinking, Jeff. Are you ready
I
for
gotta
this
sneeze.
nonsense? Ugh, try me. Are we sick again? Yeah, of course we are. What is going on?
No, that's not true. I've been sick.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
Board games.
and
Board gamey things.
exactly. We are here today with another episode of Board Games and Brew. Cheers.
What do you have?
I have Mother's Little Helper tea. It's citrusy, minty, and I think it's got like lavender in it.
I have peach tea.
It's meant to be relaxed.
It's my favorite.
I got this new tea. It's blueberry tea. Nova Scotia blueberry tea. It's delicious.
Have we tried it? Have I tried it?
I got you to take a sip of it, and you're like,
That adds up for me.
yeah, that's a general Jeff response.
That's just my general demeanor in life.
You used to have more
That's not
pep.
actually. That's not true.
What happened to you, kid?
I know.
Where'd your pep go?
It's true. I did.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
he's been jaded by time.
I think I hit, another year went by and energy. I didn't take my Centrum pill today.
Oh my gosh.
My
Centrum for-
Multi-V, the one thing keeping me alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, the
Yeah,
point
frig off
is...
pointing fingers at me, ding dong.
The point is, we asked our patrons if they would like to suggest a video topic for today's Board Games and Brew, and suggest they did. So somebody asked if we could do a video on budget-friendly games. I don't
Sure
know.
can.
I don't know if you all knew this, okay? Board games are expensive.
Yup. We did some research on this and I was like,
It's actually shocking.
you can't get a lot of anything for
You
under
can't get a lot
$20.
of anything. We have 5 games under $30, 5 games under $20, and 5 games under $10.
We used Board Game Bliss
It's a Canadian
Pricing.
site.
and we're doing this in Canadian dollars, so this is even cheaper
It's even cheaper.
for you American folk.
It's crazy cheap for the Americans. I will just say also that a great place to start if you're looking for budget-friendly board games is like Facebook Marketplace. Like look for secondhand. We found a lot of good deals.
There's always people selling stuff.
People love to sell stuff. We are going to get into the list, and shall we start with our under 30 or under 10?
Let's start under 10, I think. We
Okay.
go that way.
We're going to work our way up. So for our under 10, Jeff doesn't know some of these.
I don't know most of them. Why do you have these sitting here? I just noticed.
Yeah, I was going to eat one, but then I was like, but then I'll have chocolate all in my teeth. So it'll be my little treat to myself. Treat yourself when the video's over.
Got it.
Yeah. So the first game in our under $10 budget-friendly games is going to be Abstract Academy. This is a small box card game. That's the motion for small box card. So this game is, as you would imagine, an abstract game. And essentially what you're doing is you're building out artwork versus somebody else. It's abstract art, so it's like patches of color. So each card has different colors on it. So it might have like yellow, blue, and red. And you're trying to build out not a pattern, but kind of like the longest chain of certain colors.
But in your region.
And it's also area control.
It is area control.
So
I was waiting for you to throw out area control.
Yeah.
I'm like, is she going to say that's area control?
So there's nothing to start on the table, so you're kind of building this out, and as you're building it out, you are defining what those areas are. So if I'm sitting here, my area is going to be like the first 2 rows. If Jeff's sitting across from me, he gets those last 2 rows. So you're building out and you're trying to block off other people from achieving like the biggest area. There's also objectives.
Yeah, it's really interesting because as Jamie mentioned, like you're building out the play area as the game goes. So like you can suddenly just have your area defined by how the rest of the players play. And if you're not careful, you could be like screwed.
Abstract Academy comes in at a whopping $9.95. Caveat, we're not including tax.
No tax. Good
no
point.
tax, no shipping.
Good point. Good point,
Okay,
Jamie.
no tax, no shipping. So the next thing on the list...
I knew you did this one. I knew she was going to... I didn't know that she picked it, but I knew she picked it.
Well, the next one's obviously a deck of cards. It is the most versatile thing that you can give somebody in terms of games because they can play so many different games. Not only that, but you know what else you could do with a deck of cards? You can turn it into Regicide.
I was just going to do the other argument. You could buy Regicide and use them as a playing card.
Nah, I think you should do it the other way around.
Just saying.
Because that's what I wrote. You can get a deck of cards for like, well, I found a box on there for $6.95. But
you can get cards cheaper than that.
Go to the dollar store. Go to the Dollarama. Okay? Everything for $1. They're
$6.95. Are those made of gold?
Treat yourself. Get a $6.95 box of cards.
Unbelievable.
Why not? Anyways, a deck of cards. I don't know what else to say. There's 52 of them.
Cards.
You could do so many things with them.
Deck of cards.
Deck of cards.
Deck of cards.
How do you say it?
That's how I say it.
Yeah,
it's
deck
just like
of cards.
I was having a conversation today.
Yeah.
About how if there's anything language that would identify that we're from like
it's a hard R's.
The East Coast, it's a hard R's.
Hard
Car, far, bar.
Yar.
Like pirates.
Pirates are all from East Coast Canada.
Ocean dwellers, you know? That's how we do.
The third game I was very excited to see.
I didn't know this was the thing. Is
going to be Can't Stop Express. So it's kind of like a mini version of Can't Stop. You can get it for $9.95.
I didn't know this was even a game.
It is, though.
Well, I know that now. I'm just saying before I didn't know it was a game.
It is a game. It's called Can't Stop Express. It's the express version of Can't Stop, which is an amazing push your luck game that we love. And we're a bunch of dummies. We got like the pimped out version of it. What do you mean
a bunch of dummies?
We got the pimped out version of it.
That's how we do.
Yeah, but we could have spent only less than $10 and gotten the little ones.
That's not how we do.
Well, anyways, you can get Can't Stop Express. Roll them dice, push your luck, live life to the fullest.
That's actually the game's catchphrase.
Yeah, they actually got me to write that for
They did get you to wrote that.
You're right. I have taken cold medicine, and I think it's fiddling with my brain.
It's just fiddling? Yep.
I just really want to eat these. Ding, 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 ding. The fourth game on our under $10 list is going to be Mini Ghost Blitz. This is very fun.
What do you mean? How would you make Ghost Blitz? Is the things made?
It comes in like a little metal tin like this.
Are the things little though?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's good.
I feel like that would be hard.
You find the regular game hard.
You have to grab them. No, I know, but like if they're that small, like I feel like that would
they're like the size of these Hershey Kisses.
Yeah, like that. I don't know. That seems. I don't know, man.
I did it like literally in less than.
Yeah, but you got tiny little dainty hands. I got big old monster hands.
Jeff, this is a game for children. Mini Ghost Blitz. It comes in a little tin, so it's travel size. It's compact, and this is a dexterity game essentially. It's like a quick moving game. You're gonna have a card come up, and it's gonna have like a red chair. Now, if you see the red chair, you're gonna grab the red chair. But if it's a blue chair and there's a red chair, you don't grab it because it's not the same.
And the cards are kind of like they screw with your eyes a little bit. Like it'll be a blue chair with a red background, so you'll be like, "Oh, red chair." Yeah. But it's actually the blue chair.
It's super
and you're like,
fun.
Wrong.
Jeff's terrible at it.
I suck at Ghost Blitz.
Yeah.
Oh boy, do I suck.
It would be a great stocking stuffer. Did you get it for me for Christmas?
No.
Jeff just filled up my stocking.
I did just fill up Jamie's stocking with games. This was not one of them.
I should have brought down. He also bought me a Charmander.
I did buy her a Charmander.
It's upstairs. Anyways, so the last game on the list is called Farkle. And every time I say it, I want to say fart. It sounds like fart and sparkle together.
Yeah, that's actually what, like, if you fart and it's sparkly, it's called a farkle. It's
called a farkle.
That's what the game's based off of.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yep.
Anyways, this game is $8.95, and I know absolutely nothing about it other than it has been recommended to us a jillion times.
Yeah,
I think it's a dice rolling game.
Yeah, I never played Farkle, but it's come up a bunch in our comments about something we should try out.
Yeah, I think it's a push your luck dice rolling game, and so maybe this is something that we should get. It's cheap. It's only $8.95 Canadian.
However, the argument could be made that
if
it's just dice, you could just go buy some
I don't know
dice.
if it's just
but dice aren't cheap.
Dice aren't cheap, although you can get dice for under $10. Those are our recommendations for under $10. This was an extremely difficult category.
It was.
We were like, you can get lots of expansions.
It is not It is not long before you're scrolling on Board Game Bliss until you get past $10.
And to be fair, we did only look at Board Game Bliss. Like, we did not
had
look
to keep
everywhere.
We had to keep it consistent.
Keep it consistent. That's our
But
motto.
yeah,
That's
like
our motto.
you could get a ton of expansions for like multiple games for under $10, but not an actual full-fledged game. Except for these ones.
Except for these ones. So the next category is under 20. And let's just say I actually have 6 games on this. I think I have 6 on the last 2. It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Rules are made to be broken. Okay? This is Board Games and Brew. There are no rules. So the first one that we're going to recommend for under 20 is one of my favorite games. We love this game.
This is the OG one too, right?
OG. It is called Sushi Go.
Not
Jeff,
Party.
Tell the people.
Sushi Go is a Sushi Go. I said it right.
Say it again.
Sushi Go.
Don't. You're saying that wrong on purpose.
What?
You're saying sushi.
Yeah. Sushi Go.
Sushi. Stop it.
Sushi Go
Thank you.
is a drafting card game.
Sushi game.
Where you are trying to establish sets. Like, for example, like maybe you need 3 tempuri. Is that one of them?
Tempura?
No, like the purple ones. What are they called?
Tempura.
Maybe you need like 3 tempura.
Yeah.
And that'll score a certain amount of points. And so you'll play out a tempura and then you have to pass your cards and you're hoping 2 more come back to you at some point. Or you play out the little cute wasabis.
Wasabi!
And those wasabis score no points, but if you can add a sushi on top of it, it'll multiply the points of the nigiri.
Yes.
It's just a really, really cute set collection draft and pass game.
We love this game. We do have Sushi Go Party, so it's
We've
the
never
bigger
played
version.
The party version.
We only ever played the regular.
Yeah.
Just,
I don't know why.
I don't know
we
why
don't
either.
like. I think it's more that for bigger groups.
Yeah.
That we just haven't had around and stuff. But,
yeah, we don't know that many people. Okay, the next one is going to be a whole. This is a cheat.
This is a bull like call out.
It's a cheat, but it's fine because
It's
the
not.
next one on the list is just button shy games. They are all under.
You have to pick one.
They are under $20. I can't.
You
it
have
depends
to.
on what you're looking for.
Doesn't
Do
matter.
you want
Pick
a solo game?
Pick one.
Food Chain Island.
Pick one.
Ugly Griffin Inn.
Pick one.
Unsurmountable.
Pick one.
I
You
just
have to
picked
pick
3.
You have to pick one.
If I could only have one, I'd have Food Chain Island.
I knew it was going to be Food Chain Island.
But that might not be the one for
Doesn't
you.
matter.
Anyways,
That's what you pick.
the
Food Chain
point
Island.
is,
That's what's coming up on the list.
button shy games are wallet games. So they're, once again, small, transportable. They're under $20. You can actually get them on Board Game Bliss, but they don't come in the wallet. Womp.
What?
Yeah, you just get the cards.
Why?
I don't know.
That's
It
weird.
says it doesn't come with a clamshell, which I assume is the wallet. The point is, all of the button shy games have only 18 cards in them. They have something for everyone. There's solo, there's 2-player only, there's party games,
There's RPGs.
there's RPGs, and like
Legacy.
so many different designers, so many different themes. And on Board Game Bliss, you can get the majority of them for $14.95 or less.
I do pick on Jamie about her button shy obsession, but they are cool. I've only played Tussie Mussy.
Is that it?
Yeah, I do think they're neat. Like, I appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
The third option on the list is also a series of games. It's the exit games.
It is Exit. Now, I want to caveat this one quickly because Exit games, I think you have to add an asterisk here because they're like one-time plays. So if you're buying an Exit game, you're experiencing it once. It's an incredible experience, but you're only experience it once. You can't pass it along because you're cutting things up and doing a bunch of stuff. But Exit games are essentially a puzzle in a box, and everything in that box could be part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
It could be the box itself. There could be hidden compartments. It could be things need to be folded and cut. We had one where you had to put something underwater. It's so cool. Exit is such an amazing experience for people around a table and that like puzzles and that sort of thing. They can also be super frustrating because you can get to a point where you're like, I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there in front of you, but it's the most outlandish thing, like, again, putting something in water.
Yeah, there are so many to choose from.
Yeah.
Like so many different themes to choose from. There's even a Lord of the Rings one, and they're only $13.95.
I would like to try the Lord of the Rings one.
Yeah. Number 4 on this list is going to be Marvel Remix, which is a new like iteration of Fantasy Realm from WizKids that features the Marvel characters. But it's not just like a carbon copy of Fantasy Realms.
No.
It has some additional like mechanics. So the villain cards play slightly differently than the hero cards. They give you some negative effects, but they score
And they're in
big
separate
points.
decks.
They're in separate decks.
And you can draw from hero deck or villain deck.
So if you are looking for a game, if you like Fantasy Realms and you're like, oh, I want to try something new, and maybe like Marvel, and maybe you only got $20 in your pocket, well, guess what? Lucky you, $17.95.
We could have said Fantasy Realms here too, but we talk about Fantasy Realms all the time.
That's true.
And Marvel Remix, in my opinion, is very good. And I do think Marvel brings more people to the table.
Brings the people.
People be like, oh, what's that Marvel game you're playing?
Marvel brings the people everywhere. The next game on this list of under 20 is going to be Innovation.
Let's friggin' go.
Innovation is $18.95.
Best bang for your buck in the friggin' planet.
There is so much game in this tiny little box. It is a civilization game. It is the swingiest game I think I've ever played. And don't let the looks fool you. It's very beige. Very, very beige.
I just want to say quickly too, Innovation I think is one that you either will love or hate. I love Innovation. It's one of my favorite games. But I also know people that absolutely hate it.
What? Who?
Kyle. Doolin, I don't think, loves it. It is super swingy, and a lot of people don't like that. Oh my god.
Ruin what somebody's been building for an entire game. It's awesome. And I wanted to throw in a roll and write as well, just in case. And that's Railroad Ink. Railroad Ink you can get for $19.95. There's a ton of different versions of it, but they all like play the same. It's just a really good roll and write about making rails.
Roll and writes are good because every time you play, it's a little bit different. Like the cards are going to come up different.
Lots of replayability.
The routes you do are going to be different.
Yeah, think about the replayability. Innovation has a lot of replayability.
God, I love it.
Now, the final category here is under 30. Now we're getting somewhere. Finally able to get a couple of
You kept a lot of these close to the $20 mark, though. You didn't go to the 30s.
No, we want to save money.
All right.
We want to save some money, okay? So the first game on the list is Next Station London, which is also, it's a flip and write.
Mm-hmm.
I love this game. I have been playing the heck out of this game. You've been playing this game a lot. It's really good. So essentially, it's a flip and write.
I suck at it. I'm terrible.
You are drawing like thematically. It's like the subway.
Is it bus or train? Subway?
I think it's like the subway or trains in London. Transportation in London. You're drawing different routes based on colors. You're going to start with one color, and you are just connecting shapes to shapes and trying to do different things to score points. Then you're going to switch to another color, and you can't overlap those colors unless you get a special card. And you're going to do that 4 times until the game ends.
It's much more puzzly than I ever thought it would be because there's a bunch of different scoring triggers. There's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
But all you're doing is drawing one line at a time.
One line at a time.
But it's crazy how much that one line can change your score.
Mm-hmm. Then next up on the list is another roll and write. There's a lot of roll and writes that live in this category, but that is Dungeons, Dice, and Danger. Jeffrey.
Dungeons, Dice, and Danger is another roll and write, and it's a dungeon crawler in a roll and write. Ultimately, what you're trying to do is explore this dungeon to collect treasures and complete routes to different rooms to get more treasure, to fight bad guys, to do damage to the end dungeon boss, ultimately score as many victory points as you can. But again, it's like thematically a big dungeon crawler, and there's a bunch of different maps you can play. Is it my favorite roll and write?
Mm-hmm.
It might be.
The next game on this list is a game that we were able to play with our friends Rodney and Christy. I'd never heard about it. It's a bit of an older game. It's called Merchants, and I don't know how to pronounce the other word. Merchants of Muziris? Muziris?
You want me to look it up?
Well, are you going to know how to pronounce it?
Probably.
Well, I'm going to need another one of these.
Merchants of
Muziris.
I didn't even spell merchants right, so we're off to a good start.
Mm.
Merchants of Muziris, I think is correct. In Merchants of Muziris, you have a bunch of different merchants that have like somewhat asymmetrical abilities that you can like trigger in order to take goods from the market. Mm-hmm. And ultimately what you're trying to do is establish sets of things, or you can use the produce or things that you're collecting for their abilities or use them as a set collection. So it's kind of like there's this bidding mechanic to bid over merchants, and each merchant has different abilities like I had mentioned. So there's some tug and pull with like who's going to get what merchant, and again it's pretty much set collection, but there's a variability to that set collection where there's a choice of whether you keep it for a set or to use the card as a different kind of mechanic.
It's a super fun game for $22.95. The next game is one that Jeff hasn't played, but I had the chance to play with Michelle from Second Star to the Left. It is called That Old Wallpaper, and this is from AEG, and it is also $22.95. And this game is very simple, very pretty, and super fun. So basically you are building out a wallpaper pattern. There's cards, and on each side of the card there's either going to be some big, I ate all of them except for one.
I love how you were like, I'm saving these for the end.
I couldn't wait. You're either trying to make big triangle patterns or little triangle patterns. So for every set of a big triangle and a little triangle of the same pattern you get, you're going to score points. In order to get the pattern cards, you have cards in your hand. Each player has the same cards, and you're going to be secretly laying down a card, and at the same time you reveal it. Whoever has the either higher card or lower card, I don't remember, gets to pick first. But in a 2-player game, there's also an AI character, so they also will get to kind of like throw a card away. So even though you may want a certain card, you might not get it, but you have to take whatever cards you get and place it into your little pattern. That's basically the game. It's very simple. It's super fun. I really, really enjoyed it. And it's $22.95. And it's a brand new release.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
New hotness.
Yep.
The next one is called Momiji.
Mama Jai.
And this is just a really pretty set, another set collection card game based on leaves. You're collecting leaves. With Momiji, you are going to be collecting leaves. That's what it is. Let's move on to the next one. $25.95. Sold. The last one on this list is Hidden Leaders, which is a game that you can play not only at 2 players, but you can play with more players. And I actually think it plays best with more players.
Hidden Leaders is very much a give and take, tug of war kind of game where you are part of a certain faction. There will be meeples on this progressive spectrum on this board. And your faction might require the green and red meeples. There's names for these that I'm not remembering. But you might need the green and red meeples to end the game next to each other. And if they do, you win. But Jamie might be playing a faction where she needs the red meeple to be as far along on the track as it can go in order for her to win, depending on her faction. And that is unknown to everyone around the table when the game is being played. So there's some deception in moving these meeples around, and every character that you play out or every card that you played out will have an ability, but also will move these meeples around on this board in order to eventually get to a point where your victory condition has been met, and hopefully it happens near the end of the game. It's really, really good. There's a lot of ways to like kind of lie about what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of deducing what the other person's trying to do.
That comes in at $26.95. So those are some budget-friendly games. If you are looking for something under $30, $20, or $10, we would love to know down in the comments below, what are some of your recommendations for budget-friendly games?
But see, this is the problem. Now everyone's going to be like, well, I can get this game from this game store in the US for $5. I'm like, yeah,
great.
But that's like 15 Canadian.
The point is, these are from Board Game Bliss, a Canadian website, because in case you didn't know, we are Canadian.
We Canadian.
We Canadians.
I am Canadian.
That is all that we have for today. If you're interested in buying board games like any of the many that we mentioned today, you could check Board Game Bliss, or you could check your friendly local game store, or for a really good deal, just check like an online used Facebook marketplace type of thing.
Save them dollars.
You can also go to the Boardroom Game Cafe. They got good deals. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see,
please subscribe. We
hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days.
What's going on with it? Focus. It's not on an eye.
There it is.
Good catch. Anyways, we're both stuffed up.
What video are we doing?
We had our Patreons. We asked our they're friendly for your budget. And then there's also a it's just like,
Smart.
Because here, just as an example, our sales tax is like 15%. Board Game Bliss, I think are they located in Alberta?
Toronto.
Oh, well, their sales tax is different. Anyway, and to be fair, I don't really know how sales tax works.
I don't know why you're going on so much about tax. We just defined that it doesn't matter.
Doesn't include tax. Okay.
Deck of cards.
Deck of cards. Spider-Man.
Spider-Ham.
Also true. Spider-Pig.
Spider-Ham.
Spider-Pig.
It's Spider-Ham.
Spider-Pig. 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 It is Spider-Ham. Okay, you have to tell people about it. Meeting.
I don't remember it. Do you? Because I sure don't.
And you are making like sets.
I don't remember.
I don't remember it fully, but I'm pretty sure that that's.
Do you want
what
me
you're
to look
doing.
it up?
Yeah, you better look it up. Like I remember it, but then at the same time,
I don't
remember it.
I remember very much enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just chewing. If I, we may be, we're bidding. Okay, you're drafting cards. You're taking the card that you.
I'm sorry. It's there.
Do this.
No. like a cartoon. It works. It didn't. Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to continue?
I don't remember anything.
Oh my god.
It's set collection.
I don't know.
It is.
I don't know. You're telling the story.
Those are. Oh my god, my brain is.
Yeah, we gotta stop filming because you're gone.
I'm like toasted.
Get rid of her.
I'm freaking toasted.
Okay, we're not filming again. I know you want to do another video, but I need you. I don't know where your brain is right now.
Gone, apparently. Good Lord.
No.
Gone. Am I gone enough to make a funny video though?